bespectacled, with a gentle smile and a twinkle in his eye. We called him Mr. Movies. Collins, who spoke about the films he presented with authority, rare insight, and great passion, died last night. He was 84 years old. The introduced film traces its origin back to the infancy of television, and from the 1950s Australian television had many such hosts, the statesmen like Ivan Hutchinson, the gentler Walter Sullivan, madcap Missy Dye, and the delightfully right John Hend. But the shadow of one man loomed large, the bespectacled Bill Collins. Bill talked about the films he presented, from Scarface to Star Wars, from Gone with the Wind to Young Frankenstein, with the kind of wide-eyed enthusiasm you find in a child let loose in a lolly shop. He spoke emotionally, and passionately, and personally. He had the theatrical delivery of an actor, but truth, he was simply a fan, drawn into the magic of the movie house, hypnotized by the flickering light of the projector. Bill's wife Joan reflected on the legacy her husband leaves and thanked the public for their support throughout his long career. Our hearts are broken by the loss of our dear Bill. He will never be forgotten. How fortunate we were to have him in our lives. On behalf of Bill's family and myself, I would like to thank the public for the great support given to Bill over the years, she said. Bill's love of film was encouraged by you, his audience, and his love of sharing his passion, which increased over the 5 decades that he presented on every Australian television. Bill was always thrilled when he realized the joy and happiness he gave to his viewers. He never took them for granted, always wanting to please. Darling Bill, you will be loved and missed always. At the tapings I attended over the years, watching from the shadows behind the camera, a new monologue was often different to the one before it. He penciled a few notes to himself, but almost everything he said came from his memory and his heart. And when Bill fumbled a word, which required he start again, it was sometimes followed by few more, slightly colorful, words. The outtakes, if anyone dared to try and find them, would surely be a riot. Bill first appeared on television in 1963, presenting a series of film appreciation segments on the ABC program Roundabout. Perhaps unsurprisingly, before that he was a schoolteacher and college lecturer. It was telling that he presented movies not from the comfort of an armchair, but from behind a desk. Even as a television entertainer, there was a part of Bill that could not shake off the manner of a school headmaster. Across 5 decades he worked for the ABC, and the 7, 9 and 10 networks, introducing classic and contemporary Hollywood films for television audiences. Between 1995 and 2018, Bill worked for Foxtel, as the face of the platform's classic cinema channel, Fox Classics. He retired last year. In addition to his work on television, Collins authored 3 books, presented radio programs, and was for many years a newspaper columnist. In 1987 he was awarded the Order of Australia Medal for his services to film and television, and in 2009 he was inducted into the TV Week Logie Hall of Fame. Away from the screen, he was married to Joan Collins, and was tickled pink when, during a press tour by the Hollywood legend of the same name, he managed to take them both to dinner. He was a grand giant of a man and I was terrified of him, though I later discovered I need not have been. He lumbered into the room like a bear, but he spoke, both conversationally and about the art of cinema, with great delicacy. Quite simply, he loved movies. And he loved people who loved movies. To be called upon to write the obituary of one's heroes is always tough, but it goes with the gig. To be called upon to write the obituary for someone you know, and whose presence, authority, and wisdom has influenced you personally, is tougher, and leaves you with a heavy heart. Bill took care with young reporters where he encountered them. He nurtured in us a great passion for film, and, with a wry smile and an arched eyebrow, offered only the mildest disapproval when some of us declared a greater passion for television itself. Perhaps he didn't think too much of the physically smaller of the two mediums, though to be fair he lived mostly in an era where television's fullest narrative potential was yet to be realized, and where a young boy, sitting in a darkened cinema, could be properly transported to a fantasy land of infinite wonder by flickering images created by the peculiar art of pouring light through celluloid film. Wherever they both are, I imagine the two namesakes are watching a movie. But not until our Bill has had a few words to say at the start. Bill and Joan shared a love for books and animals, so in lieu of flowers, they have asked fans to consider a donation to Dimmock's children's charities or Monica's Doggy Rescue. Pictures people we lost in 2019. The Spanish soccer player died in a car crash at the age of 35, his former club Sevilla FC announced. Sevilla wrote in a tweet, "We couldn't be confirming worse news. Beloved Sevilla star Jose Antonio Reyes has died in a traffic collision. Rest in peace." Reyes had played for several popular clubs, including Arsenal, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. A founding member of the 13th Floor Elevators and one of the earliest pioneers of psychedelic rock, Erickson died at the age of 71 in Austin, Texas, U.S., known for his band's signature sound, as well as his solo career later. Some of Erickson's greatest tracks include You're Gonna Miss Me, Night of the Vampires, and Starry Eyes. The Latin pop singer died at the age of 28 in a plane crash in Porto do Mato, Brazil, while en route to his girlfriend's birthday party in Maceió. The news of his death was confirmed by the military police. He is known for hits such as Paraquedas and Jennifer. A day before his death, he had posted a concert picture on Instagram, writing, "Always a joy to return to Fira de Santana and be greeted with such joy and with so much positive energy. Thank you for the kindness, guys. A real crowd enjoying our show. Until next time, God willing." Star, who was the first quarterback to win 5 NFL championships, died at the age of 85. The Green Bay Packers announced his death, saying that he wasn't in the best of health since he suffered from a heart attack and 2 strokes in 2014. "We are saddened to note the passing of our husband, father, grandfather, and friend, Bart Starr," a statement by Starr's family, released by the Packers, said. He battled with courage and determination to transcend the serious stroke he suffered in September 2014, but his most recent illness was too much to overcome, it added. The 3-time Formula One world champion from Austria died at the age of 70, after undergoing a lung transplant 8 months back. "With deep sadness, we announce that our beloved Nicky has peacefully passed away with his family on Monday," his family said in a statement released by an Austrian press agency. Lauda was a winner of F1 titles in 1975, 1977 and 1984. Wook authored the best-selling 1951 novel, The Caine Mutiny, which won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. The book was adapted into a film of the same name starring Humphrey Bogart, who went on to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. His other notable works include The Winds of War, 1971, and War on Remembrance, 1978, and his books have been translated into 27 languages. In 2015, he published the memoir, Sailor and Fiddler, Reflections of a 100-Year-Old Author. Born Ioh Mingpei in Guangzhou, China, Pei studied architecture at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, and the Harvard Graduate School of Design, and went on to design some of the world's finest architectural wonders. Among Pei's designs during his 70-year career are the Pyramide du Louvre, Paris, France, pictured, Bank of China Tower, Hong Kong, Miho Museum, Kyoto, Japan, and the Museum of Islamic Art, Doha, Qatar. He won many awards, including the Pritzker Prize, sometimes called the Nobel Prize of Architecture, in 1983. Hawke, Australia's 23rd Prime Minister and one of the most successful leaders in the country's political history, died at the age of 89. He led the country from 1983 to 1991 and won 4 federal elections, making him the Labour Party's longest-serving Prime Minister. Today we lost Bob Hawke, a great Australian, many would say the greatest Australian of the post-war Arrow, his wife, Blanche Still Puget, said in a statement. The Twin Peaks (1989–91) and The Mod Squad (1968–73) actress died at the age of 72 after battling cancer. Lipton's daughters Kidada and Rashida Jones confirmed the news in a statement that read, "She made her journey peacefully with her daughters and nieces by her side." Her other notable roles were in The Postman (1997) and Angie Tribeca (2016–17). Mexican wrestler Cesar Barron, better known by his stage name Silver King, died after collapsing due to a heart attack during a show in London, England. The official WWE Twitter account tweeted a picture of the wrestler with the caption, "WWE is saddened to learn that Lucha Libre legend and former WCW star Silver King has passed away at age 51. King was also popular for playing the villain in the sports comedy movie Nacho Libre 2006. Former Detroit Red Wings and Toronto Maple Leafs player, who won 8 Stanley Cups between the two franchises, died at the age of 91. Red was a devoted husband and caring father and grandfather and was tremendously proud of his many hockey accomplishments. We are comforted in knowing that he impacted so many people both at and away from the rink and know that his life will be celebrated, his family said in a statement. In a career spanning 20 years, Kelly scored 281 goals and provided 542 assists in 1,316 regular season games. In 1969, he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame. The acclaimed writer and director was best known for Boys and the Hood, 1991, for which he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Director at 24, making Singleton both the first African American and the youngest person ever nominated for the award. He also received the Best Original Screenplay nomination for Boys. Among the other movies he both wrote and directed were Poetic Justice, 1993, Higher Learning, 1995, and Too Fast Too Furious, 2003. He recently co-created the TV crime drama Snowfall. Singleton suffered a major stroke in mid-April and was taken off life support on April 29, 2019. The 28-year-old Czech soccer player died when a bus carrying players from his club Alanyaspor crashed near the Turkish district of Alanya. Making his professional debut in 2008, he played as a striker for the Turkish club. Castle, who was nominated for an Academy Award for his role in Faces 1968, died of Alzheimer's disease, aged 84. A frequent collaborator with directors John Cassavetes and Wes Anderson. His memorable films include Minnie and Moskowitz, 1971, The Killing of a Chinese Bookie, 1976, Rushmore, 1998, The Royal Tenenbaums, 2001, and The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, 2004. The Serbian actress, best remembered for playing Bond girl in From Russia with Love, 1963, and Goldfinger, 1964, died at the age of 87. A few of her other film roles include The Man Without a Body, 1957, Don't Panic Chaps, 1959, Solo for Sparrow, 1962, and Downfall, 1964. Popular for playing Bond girl Tilly Masterson opposite Sean Connery in the 1964 movie Goldfinger, Mallet died at 77. The news was confirmed on March 31 on the official James Bond Twitter account, which read, "We are very sorry to hear that Tanya Mallet, who played Tilly Masterson in Goldfinger, has passed away. Our thoughts are with her family and friends at this sad time." After a long battle with cancer, the former Australian cricketer died at the age of 71. Popular as root among his teammates, the off-spin bowlers played 33 tests for his national team, with 126 wickets under his belt between 1978 and 1983. He later served as a coach for Sri Lanka. Best remembered for her portrayal of Lieutenant Samantha Green in the TV series Black Sheep Squadron, 1978, Dewberry died age 63 from a rare fungal illness. Some of her other acclaimed performances were in movies and TV series such as Being There, 1979, and Monster in the Closet, 1986. The track cyclist died at her home in California, U.S., aged 23. Her father, Mark Catlin, confirmed in a letter sent to VeloNews that she died by suicide. She won 3 consecutive Team Pursuit World Cycling Championship titles from 2016 to 2018 and was a part of the silver medal-winning U.S. women's pursuit team at the 2016 Olympic Games. The actor, who was best known for starring in the 1980s TV series Airwolf, died at age 74 after suffering cardiac arrest, TMZ reported. The actor, best known for his role as Dylan McKay on Beverly Hills 90210, died days after suffering a massive stroke. He most recently has been starring in the CW's comic book adaptation show, Riverdale. His publicist said that when he died, Perry was surrounded by his children Jack and Sophie, fiancée Wendy Madison Bauer, ex-wife Minnie Sharp, and other friends and relatives. The Prodigy vocalist died at the age of 49 at his home in Essex, England. An iconic musical personality of the 1990s, Flint is associated with the band's big hits such as Firestarter and Breathe. He even started his own band called Flint. Aside from his career in music, he also owned a motorcycle racing team, Team Traction Control, that debuted in 2014. The Golden Globe-winning actress, known for her performances on shows such as Who's the Boss? And Soap, passed away at 89 at her home in Los Angeles, California, U.S. She was the love of my life. We spent 57 beautiful, wonderful, loving years together, which I will treasure forever, her husband, David Christian, said in a statement. According to Manfred Westphal, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer for ABBA, Hellman died of complications from Alzheimer's. The stand-up comedian actor died at his home in Los Angeles, California, U.S., aged 48. According to TMZ, Stevens reportedly committed suicide. Brody was an inspiring voice who was a friend to many in the comedy community. He pushed creative boundaries, and his passion for his work and his love of baseball were contagious. He was beloved by many and will be greatly missed. We respectfully ask for privacy at this time, his representative said in a statement. The Hangover 2009, due date 2010, and The Hangover Part 2 2011 are some of his notable works. England's 1966 World Cup winning goalkeeper died at the age of 81. Banks' former club Stoke City shared the news on Twitter via a statement from his family, which read, "It is with great sadness that we announce that Gordon passed away peacefully overnight. We are devastated to lose him, but we have so many happy memories and could not have been more proud of them." Banks was considered to be one of the greatest footballers of his generation and was named FIFA Goalkeeper of the Year 6 times. He also earned 73 caps for England. The WWE Hall of Famer died at the age of 76. He had reportedly been battling Parkinson's disease. The Puerto Rican wrestling legend became the 4th ever WWE champion in 1971 and held the title for 1,027 straight days. He was the first Triple Crown champion in the history of WWE. After retiring from professional wrestling in 1987, he became a Spanish-language commentator. The actor, known for his role in the daytime soap The Young and the Restless, died in his home in the Woodland Hills area of Los Angeles, California, U.S., aged 52. His attorney Mark Garrigus confirmed the news, tweeting, "Few men had the unique strength, courage and sensitivity that Christophe Stion one lived every single minute of every day. He impacted everyone he met and millions who he inspired and in turn admired him. On behalf of me, ask John Boxer and at this John family, thank you for all of your love." The Argentine soccer player was on board a light aircraft that went missing on January 21, 2019, while flying from Nantes, France, to Cardiff, Wales. His body was recovered from the crashed plane on February 7. In a statement, Dorset police said, the body brought to Portland Port today, Thursday the 7th of February 2019, has been formally identified by home coroner for Dorset as that of professional footballer Emiliano Sala. At the time of his death, the centre forward had just moved from his former club Nantes to Cardiff City. The veteran actor, best known for his roles in Gremlins 1984 and The Terminator 1984, died at the age of 90 in Los Angeles, California, U.S. Over his 6-decade-long career, he had over 175 movie and 2,000 TV appearances. Miller is survived by his wife Lainey, daughter Barbara and granddaughter Autumn. The actress, best known for playing Rose in the Oscar-winning film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, died at the age of 72 in Los Angeles, California, U.S. according to her representative. Moritz died last week at her home. Her other notable works were Up in Smoke 1978 and The Last American Virgin 1982. The singer-songwriter died at the age of 66 in Los Angeles, California, U.S. He was a winner of 2 Grammy Awards and earned 2 Academy Award nominations for Best Original Song. He was a frequent collaborator with Quincy Jones, and had also co-written Michael Jackson's Pretty Young Things. A few of his well-known hits include Baby, Come to Me, I Don't Have the Heart, and Somewhere Out There. The celebrated French composer, conductor, and jazz pianist died at the age of 86 in Paris, France. He was the recipient of 3 Oscars and 5 Grammy Awards among other accolades. He is best remembered for classic film songs such as The Windmills of Your Mind, I Will Wait for You, and You Must Believe in Spring. The comedian and writer, who co-created the Fox series, Rel, died at 32. He was vacationing in Mexico a few days before his death. United Talent Agency confirmed the news on Twitter on Jan. 22 and wrote, "We are deeply saddened by the passing of our friend and client Kevin Barnett. He was an incredible talent and a wonderful person. Our thoughts are with his family and friends. We will miss him." Barnett's cause of death is not known yet. His notable works include the Fox series, Unhitched, and TruTV's sketch comedy series, Friends of the People. The theater actress and singer was best known for her lead role in Hello, Dolly, and continued to perform into her 90s. Channing also acted in movies and received Golden Globe and Academy Award nominations for her performance in Thoroughly Modern Millie on television. She was a favorite on talk and quiz shows. She died of natural causes at her home in Rancho Mirage, California. The Star Trek and Doctor Who actor died in Los Angeles, California, U.S., aged 86. The news of his death was confirmed by his son and actor Mark Sheppard on Instagram. "We went to spend some time with my father today. Though he couldn't speak, we held hands, he laughed and was so happy to see us. We left and came home. A good day. He was rushed to hospital and passed at 6:30 p.m. My mother by his side. I am so grateful that he didn't have to suffer any longer. Thank you for all your kind thoughts, love and prayers," he wrote alongside a photo of his father. The professional wrestling ringside interviewer and WWE Hall of Famer passed away at the age of 76. Known popularly as Mean Gene, Okerlund was renowned for his ringside commentary and for posing tough questions to wrestling legends such as Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. The singer, 76, died of renal failure in Prescott, Arizona, U.S. He was popularly known as a part of the 70s duo The Captain and Amp Tennille, which he formed with his then-wife Toni Tennille. The couple divorced in 2014 after 40 years of marriage. Tennille said in a statement, "He was a brilliant musician with many friends who loved him greatly. I was at my most creative in my life when I was with him.